Hey, welcome to another episode of Cruising Sea Venture. This one's going to be a little different. It's going to be our holiday boat tour.
Hi everyone.
Let's do it. All right, let's head on board. We're going to head on upstairs.
Yes. Whoa.
So on Sea Venture, there's no exterior access to the upper deck. That's for security in theory, I believe. Though if you want, you could climb up from the outside.
So up here is the fly bridge. We cruise from here occasionally when it's nice and warm out. And actually this is a great place to have sunny dinners and all that kind of good stuff. And it's also, of course, where we head upstairs. So this is our ladder to the crow's nest, and that's how we end up there.
So under our canvas here is our upper driving station with all the appropriate electronics necessary to drive the boat from up here. Of course, we have the required barbecue,
the tender, and then we also have our little red dinghy that usually sits over here, but for the winter season we have deflated her and she is in the box.
In the box.
With the kayaks.
If you're interested in the big superstructure and paravane system and the crane that has a 3,500 pound capacity, you can watch our refit series where all that was designed, engineered, and installed. But this is our big upper deck, so when the dinghy's not here, we have a large folding table we can bring out, and we've had 10 or 12 for dinner kind of thing up here.
Yeah, it's a great big space.
Yep.
We take the dinghy out and put her in the water.
Nice large space up here. All right, let's head inside, out of the cold.
Here's the stairway that we use to go upstairs, and if you turn 180 degrees, you see the pilot house to our left, and there is Jim, and we are now going to head downstairs. This is our master stateroom. It has actually a good bit of storage. We have a little bookshelf up on the top. Above the head bed is a bunch of storage. Right?
Yeah, there's lots of room. Hanging storage, a built-in desk.
And some more desk stuff.
Yeah, plenty of space actually.
Have some cabinets over here. Then we move on into our head, and again, a reasonable amount of storage in here.
Planned remodel for this space, but that's coming up.
That'll be later. There's our head, there's our shower back in there.
It's all good.
Then we move forward into the V-berth, where we have 2 bunks and potentially a third kids bunk up there, which is right now storage. And actually all of this is storage, as you can see. And I'm toying with putting a curtain up, so that's why I have that. I'm playing around with that up there. It's got right now the comforters that belong up here, and boat cushions, and the usual boat storage stuff. And there's another closet back in there. And then here's the head. And we have the usual sink,
toilet, shower, pretty straightforward. There's the door that's into the hallway. There's also a door into the V-berth. Again, a planned remodel for this space coming up, but that's in the future. So let's head on up to the pilot house and check that out. All right, we're here in the pilot house. If you've watched our videos, there's been lots of little views of the pilot house. It's not actually that big a space, but we'll just take a quick tour around. There's my beautiful, wonderful LeBrock helm chair that I just love. That's really comfortable. Goes up and down, hydraulics. It's really very nice. We have a little table, little cushion over here. We keep all our manuals and stuff underneath. No big deal there. Across the helm here, we've got our big 27-inch touchscreen Dell computer that we run Nobletech on, our navigation software, the AIS, and so that's here. We've got our Furuno NavNet system. This is our 72-mile radar, NavNet navigation system, secondary navigation system. So that's all really good. Wagner autopilot, which is really good if we jump over. ComNav autopilot, 2 separate, totally independent autopilots. Here on the dash, we've got a Cytec T760 radar, 16-mile radar. So we have 2 radars, 72-mile radar, 16-mile radar. Furuno depth sounder, sonar, tracks the bottom condition, all that kind of good stuff. Contour. Basic gauges for the engines and that kind of stuff. Up here, a Furuno GPS, the GP32 unit. It's another potential navigation system without a screen, but tracks our course and position and all that good stuff. Our ICOM VHF radio. Iridium satellite control for our satellite communications, text, email, and satellite phone system. Connects to the satellite antenna upstairs. Our weather station for the boat, tracks wind and all those kind of good things. And that's pretty much it for the pilot house. It's a great space, very, very comfortable. A few more gauges down here. Stuff that, you know, battery monitors, generator controls,
high water alarm
on the Raycor and the fuel system monitors and all that kind of good stuff. So this is Sea Venture's pilot house. All right, let's head into the galley right behind the pilot house on the same level.
So this is our galley. It is actually really roomy. So I think we find we have plenty of room here. We have lots of counter space, a lot of open shelving on the bottom. And the closed shelving up top. It used to have like an open shelf up here, and Jim built these out of raw teak lumber. So we're really happy with how they turned out. And now he's putting his skills to task for the lower, so I'm going to build some lower cabinets in here. And move our little sink over, makes me excited. All right, and then over here we have just your usual Mediterranean grill. We have our refrigerator freezer, another cabinet that Jim built up top, and then we'll work on this side as well. We do have our propane sensor that we turn on when we turn on the stove, and then we turn it off when we're not using it, so that's just kind of a nice thing to have. And of course an alarm for if there's any odors we need to worry about. So that's pretty much it for the galley.
All right, why don't we take 3 steps down to the salon. So here's our living space. Basically, it's kind of broken up. We've got our little chairs here. This is we've changed this configuration a couple times over the last couple years. So if you've watched all our videos from the front, there used to be a tall table here and stuff, but we've changed it around. I think we like this chairs. We built a little side table in between.
Here, yeah.
It folds down against the wall if we want. Up above is our cool wall painting that Rosie and I had made out of a chart of Puget Sound in 1997, 21 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, we've been actually boating longer than that. And we built this so that if you lift the painting up, there's a 40-inch TV. I just never liked big TVs in a boat. That didn't mean I didn't want to have one. I just want it hidden when we're not we're not watching it.
Exactly. So we have
our little desk over
area.
here.
Single sideband is hiding back
Yep.
here.
So the single sideband allows us to communicate over several thousand miles by radio. We have a PACCAR modem with it as well that allows us to send and receive email if necessary. With our satellite system, it's basically a backup long-range communication system and access to weather at this point.
Yeah. And then, of course, just our settee, and this is our new table. We're very excited about it. Jim built this recently.
If you've been watching our winter series, there was no table here. So let's remove the Christmas decorations.
Yes, and enjoy that we have this great table that actually opens up to a pretty good space. So we're super excited about it, and we have already used it a tremendous amount.
Yeah.
So we got this, and we have a credenza on the other side with a lot more storage underneath.
Big long bar, space for the Christmas tree.
Because every
This
boat
year,
needs a Christmas tree.
Every boat needs a Christmas tree.
Or two. Or a bunch. And then we go to the back. Oh, our map.
Oh, if you've been watching the videos, you've been seeing our map of where we are in our cruising series. That map is attached to the wall on the stairs between the salon and the galley pilot house level. So that's where we keep that. We go out the back door of the boat into our cockpit. It's this beautiful sunny day today where we have another Christmas tree. So
Because it's the holiday season.
yes, we have to tell a really, really short story. You can see on this little Christmas tree, there's a little tiny knitted Christmas stocking cap on top. That was knitted by a nurse.
Or a volunteer.
A volunteer or someone at the hospital when Hayden was born, our son, which you've seen in some of the videos, because Hayden's birthday is Christmas Eve. So that was comes from us 20, I'm supposed to know, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So back here we have a nice seating area with a couple recliners.
Yep, and then of course we have some folding chairs that we use when we have more people, and we can of course open up this table and have seats 6 comfortably back here. But
And you've
yeah.
seen lots of meals back here.
Yes, you have. So there you have it. We've shared with you what's below this, which is the engine room and the lazarette in prior videos, and we'll
Yep.
make a note on here so you know which one to go to if you want to see it.
Yep, there's
That is
pretty involved tour of the engine room and lazarette.
Yeah.
So we'll skip that on today's tour.
And that's pretty much it for
That's it.
the living space, if you will, for Sea Venture.
All right, so until next time, wishing you
No
no wind and flat seas.
Happy holidays, everyone.